Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So we want to start on the daily chart. It's going to be likely a slow Saturday, even though some altcoins are already moving. So overall, it stays quite exciting in the space. Okay, so it's good. We don't want too rapid movements everywhere. We want to build it slowly. So it's good that they not that the altcoins don't escalate too quickly. I think that's some do, but soon all of them will do, or most of them, especially if we really get into a into a more bullish phase in the market, and if total market cap breaks above a certain level. That hasn't happened yet. It's important to understand what level that is. So we want to take a look at that as well. I'll show the daily chart every few days, especially on Saturday, just because I think it's a good time to catch up on the market. A lot of new people, watching these videos, a lot of new people interested in the crypto space, but overall still not too many new people. I think we're still early, in case this really is the road to 100K, 125, maybe a little more, then we are still very, very early. I mean, Bitcoin has been in a bull run since December last year. Still people talk about the bear market. I don't understand it. Of course, it could be a corrective rally, but still Bitcoin would have doubled in price, more than doubled in price. So just be aware of that. We're still in a situation in which we have 5 waves up on the Bitcoin chart, which means we have been able to identify these 5 waves of the November lows, which means the trend is likely up. Then 3 waves down confirms that, and then we would now be in this 3rd wave rally, which should also be a 5-wave move.
Before we dive deeper into the analysis, let us put the spotlight on our sponsor ChartPrime. ChartPrime is a service that offers a selection of specialized TradingView indicators designed to support you on your trading journey. The first one is the Market Oracle Pro. This tool, designed for precision, provides enhanced entry and exit signals along with 3 metrics aimed at deciphering market trends and optimizing your settings. Next, we have the Market Dynamics Pro. This unique tool merges ChartPrime's smart money concepts into a dynamic order block algorithm and is striving to provide a more accurate representation of volume. Lastly, the Prime Oscillators Pro. This trend-based oscillator offers a variety of market insights, including entry and exit points, overbought and oversold conditions, and potential reversal areas. That's a brief overview of what's new from ChartPrime. Stay tuned for more updates, and if you'd like to sign up with them, just follow the link in the description that offers you a discount. Thanks for watching.
You see it here on the roadmap, and should take us to around about $75,000, possibly even higher. Then we should get a 4th wave. This will be really, really boring and frustrating, followed by a 5th wave to the upside. We will talk about all of that when we get closer to it. First of all, we need to make sure that we are holding relevant support levels, because this is far from anything that's given. This is not a guaranteed roadmap. It is based on current projections, based on what the market is doing right now. All we can do in technical analysis is to analyze the data we have. And that's what is currently on the chart. We cannot look into the future. We don't have a crystal ball. It's not a prophecy. That's what many people think it is. It's not. It's just an analysis of what the market is doing right now. If the parameters are respected, then this is where we should get to. So there are certain parameters on each chart that if the market adheres to them, we should see these projections possibly all the way up to 125K, maybe even a little more in the bull market, okay? But obviously that's where the regular analysis comes in. We are tracking relevant support levels, resistance levels, and need to understand if the market is deviating from those parameters, which happens all the time, and then we have to adjust, okay? So it's of course not the case that we can say now, okay, whatever, in 3 months the market will be here. That's just far from the truth. Elliott Wave and technical analysis in general is much rather a risk management tool that allows us to understand when the trend is changing. Then it is a prediction tool. Even though it has predictive powers, especially in impulses, it shines, but in corrective structures, the focus is much more on risk management, okay? That should anyway be the focus for most people when they trade or invest. The focus needs to be on not losing money, and then you should be able to make money as well. But considering that most traders lose money first, it is so essential to focus on not losing money first, and then you can think about making money. And Elliott Wave is a great tool that helps you with not losing money, and then eventually you will make money from it as well. Because it's just mainly for risk management. It allows you, when scenarios get invalidated, that allows you to set your stop, all sorts of stuff. Okay, so that's the daily chart, quite bullish. There is a bearish scenario which would indicate that this here could be a B wave. Okay, so based on that scenario, if this is a B wave, then this down here would have been an A wave, and this wave 4 would never have finished. Okay, that's October 1. So this would be an A wave, and then, because a few people asked me if I could talk about the bearish case. Well, I mean, the B wave is up there, right? And then it would just lead us to new lows. That's still possible. It will get much more likely, such a bearish case or scenario, if the price rallies next into the region between 43K and 50K, maybe even higher, without getting that pullback here. The problem is that we would then run too far, too fast, and it just much more has the proportions of a corrective rally, A, B, C in wave B. Again, not a guarantee, we will still track relevant support levels, but if I talk about the ideal structure, we would get a pullback in wave 2 soon. Now let's talk about the short term. Here really nothing changed. I mean, you can check the last video of Bitcoin, really nothing changed. All it did was possibly to reset here this B wave a little higher, but as already indicated in the last video, ideally we get one more high in wave 5. That's basically the wave 5 that you see on the daily time frame, which is this one here. 5 of 1, which ideally reaches the area between 38,270 and 43K. Yeah. So this is still ideally the next move to the upside that is going to be reached. However, it first seems like it wants to complete the correction. Again, it doesn't need to. It's very choppy on the way down, very choppy on the way up. That means we will have to stay, well, we have to stay on our toes. We have to be able to change the micro count here quite frequently. Because this is not an impulse down, it looks like a diagonal and on a smaller time frame, so be ready for changes. But support remains basically at 32,480. Against that level I would focus on higher. Below 29,550 I would really have to take a more bearish perspective on Bitcoin, but it's holding really well up there. The movements to the downside, corrective. Okay, movements to the upside as well, which suggests that possibly this move down isn't finished yet. Obviously, we're tracking here a wave 4 correction as an A, B, C structure with an overshooting B wave. There are many ways how this could be counted. I mean, I labeled it as a wave 1 done, the wave 2 already done, basically in a diagonal. And now that this here is an A, B of wave 3. Could also be that we actually had 5 waves down in wave 1. This here is a wave 2, and then we go down next. Then we would have had a 5-wave move to the downside instead of a 3-wave move, which is also possible. It might then extend a little further to the downside, but we'll see. It's again, micro counting is always a bit tricky, but the move up currently is just corrective, so we cannot rule out lower still, and that would still be my idea. But we'll see. I mean, the thing is, the trend is up. Okay, so we generally focus on higher, just watching if we get a bit of a deeper pullback in a still unfolding uptrend. So let's take a look at total market cap then. So we can take a look at total. This basically gives you the entire capital that's come into the space, and total market cap just doesn't seem to break. I mean, more money has come in again, you could say, but not necessarily much more than we had already in April. But overall, the tendency is on higher. Interesting, however, is that it just can't get through this barrier here, this range, which is sort of between 1.26 and 1.34 trillion US dollars. It is a lot of money, but overall, we've been there before. It just doesn't seem to be able to break above that barrier, not at the moment at least, but it's consolidating just below that. So that is a good sign, okay? That's a good sign. Also, if we talk about total 3, I think we did that last time a few days ago. Total 3, obviously just showing you the altcoin market cap. I think I clicked accidentally on total again. Let me just open total 3. Just keeps, it just gives you a bit of a perspective there. And then we can look at Bitcoin dominance as well. So total 3 pushing a bit, but not massively. So also here we have a bit of a resistance there at 380 billion. Okay, so we need to get above that. They need to get above 413. So still sort of, even here, we are sort of still within, you could say, within bear market territory. But you could argue that a lot of the altcoins, even though they start to turn around, they haven't really moved much yet. Some have, but most haven't really, okay. And then also, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin dominance is reaching resistance. So that all went sort of as forecasted. We've been holding this trend line. The Bitcoin dominance did reach our resistance area, exactly where we had resistance. We saw a rejection. Could still push higher, but doesn't need to really. If you ask me, I think one more high would certainly be a reasonable expectation. But then we need to see a break of that trend line to really indicate that an altcoin season has started. Because if Bitcoin dominance starts to break down, this is where an alt season is starting. My view has always been that we don't really see the altcoins run until Bitcoin goes to 40 to 50K. I mean, we're nearly there, and then Bitcoin would be consolidating. And my view was that it might be when Bitcoin is consolidating in this larger wave 2 correction possibly, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, this small wave 4 here shouldn't really take much longer. So the idea was when Bitcoin has reached that area here, and then we get into a long wave 2 correction again, as we had here. And that is the time when altcoins might start to catch up. You could say they're already running now, yeah, but not really a lot, okay? Lots of altcoins still being outperformed by Bitcoin at the moment, and that will change at some point, and it will not take long. So that will be just a very, very short period. Okay, but that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.